Are the Rangers seriously trying to trade Chris Kreider, or what is going on in Rangers Town? We're going to take a look at the trade rumors going on with the New York Rangers in this episode. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Doc. This is the EDI Sports Show. We do a show every Friday, so don't miss that. Anyway, this is the rumor coming out of Bleacher Report right here that JT Miller from the Canucks may be in a deal for the New York Rangers. Now, who is going to go in exchange for JT Miller? Well, we know who the names are. We got Chris Kreider and Jacob Trouba. The problem is that was what was reported last week by Elliot Friedman. And unfortunately, for everybody that needs to know, both Kreider and Trouba have no trade clauses, which means that they can't just be dealt without their permission. Elliot Friedman has already reported yesterday that Jacob Trouba and Chris Kreider have not given permission, as well as Chris Drury has not allowed anyone to speak to those two players about any type of trade deal. So the Rangers are trying to keep a lid on this whole mess, even though the Rangers are fast approaching panic button. This is a real problem. A couple other players have come on the trade block rumor. So we've got Keandre Miller and Kaapo Kakko. Now, obviously, both of these players are young. Keandre Miller is part of that new defensive core. I'm going to say this. I think if the Rangers trade Keandre, that's a huge mistake. I don't care what kind of mistakes that Keandre is making on the ice. He is part of your future. If he can fix his mistakes, he's so much better defensively than a lot of the other players they have. I think Phil Housley can help him become a better defenseman. But he's the guy you cannot get rid of. And then Kaapo Kakko has been having a decent year, and you might be able to get something for him. Now, here you go. This is the lineup. I did this last week in the rebuild episode. So here we go. These are the players in yellow that we need to keep. So you got Kreider at the top. He was injured at the time. I'll put him back in. So you got Panarin, Trocheck, Lafreniere, Cooley, Vesey, and Edstrom. Here is a proposed trade between the Rangers and the Anaheim Ducks. You ready for this one? Here we go. Mika Zibanejad and Kaapo Kakko sent to Anaheim for Leo Carlsson and Frank Vatrano. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Leo Carlsson and Frank Vatrano? Why would we do that? Well, here you go. This is the reason why. The Rangers have a salary cap problem, not just now, but going forward. And we got players we need to sign. So here's the issue. Zibanejad's getting $8.5 million. Yeah, can you believe that? $8.5 million, and Zibanejad is nowhere near worth that right now. Kaapo Kakko only gets $2.4 million. He's actually a bargain for what he is. He's a good player. He's still developing. And for $2.4 million, you know, it's sort of like, do we have to move on from him? Yeah, I think we do, especially if you can get these two other players. Here we go. Rangers must sign next year. So these are the players that their contracts are done at the end of this year. So you got Igor Shesterkin. Well, guess what, folks? You're signing Igor Shesterkin because if you don't have him, you don't have anybody. I don't know if Jonathan Quick's got another year in him, but at this point, the way that he's playing, yeah, I think you got to make them the tandem for next year as well. But Igor's going to get $11 or $12 million. So where are you going to find that money? Now, Keandre Miller, I think you have to sign. He is getting about $3.8 million right now. He's going to get the same amount, $3 to $4 million. I mean, that's what it is. Will Cooley comes up. Well, he's going to cost $2.4 million probably. I mean, if that's what Kaapo Kakko got, I can't imagine that Will Cooley won't get the same. So that's $2 million right there. And then Zach Jones is also going to be without a contract, and he's going to cost $1 million. You have to keep him. He's one of the younger defensemen. Again, the Rangers are going to have a problem. So Ryan Lindgren is out of a contract. I don't think you re-sign Lindgren, even though, yes, he is Adam Fox's partner. But you know what? Lindgren doesn't give you anything, and he's getting $4 million. So I'm sorry. Zach Jones is going to be able to slot in and kind of take over there. If you do this trade, it frees up $6.2 million free cap space. Here's what happens. So Leo Carlsson is on an entry-level draft contract. He gets $950 million for a center, a young center, and he's big. He will learn how to take faceoffs from Vincent Trocheck. This is a guy you want. This is the future. Here we go. And Frank Vatrano is only making $3.65 million. The reason you want Frank back, now remember, Frank played on the 2019 team that went to the conference finals. The reason you want Frank Vatrano back is because he shoots the puck, something that Zibanejad doesn't do, something that the other players don't do. We need guys who shoot the puck. He will be fine for the locker room chemistry because he was already on the team. So he's fine for the locker room chemistry. Leo Carlsson's a young guy, so the Rangers will just kind of bring him in. It's not going to upset the locker room. Yes, Mika Zibanejad is gone. I'm sorry, he's gone. You got to get rid of him. Kaapo Kakko didn't really do anything with the team in terms of chemistry. He's a good player, and he's still got upside, but that's why you got to move him now. You got to, and maybe if the Rangers can get another draft pick out of this thing, they just got to keep, rolling with draft picks. Just keep getting draft picks because you never know what these players are going to do, and you just got to keep doing better in the draft. But we got to really fix this. Now, this trade would free up $6.2 million free cap space, which is what the Rangers need. Like I said, you got Shesterkin, Miller, Cooley, and Zach Jones. This is what the lineup would look like. You got your first line, as we know, Panarin, Trocheck, Lafreniere. You got your second line now. You got Cooley, Hedl, Vatrano. That's a much better line. Like, seriously, that's a much better line. That's a really good second line. Cooley, Hedl, Vatrano. Yeah, it's deadly. And then your third line becomes Kreider, Carlson, Riley Smith. I like that already. And then your fourth line gets back to VZ, Carrick, and Edstrom. This is a better team. I'm sorry. I don't like the JT Miller trade. I hope that doesn't happen. This is a better team. Hopefully this is what Chris Drury's looking at. I don't know. If you want to know more about EDI Sports, tune in every Friday at 6 p.m. I'll see you on Friday.
There's only one show I wanna watch.